Blake and Ryan here.
Hello. Hey, congratulations on your honor.
I have so much to say about the last 2 years of my life, but tonight is not the survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman. My mom never got justice from her work acquaintance who attempted to take her life when she was the mother of 3 young kids years before I was born.
Blake Lively and Gigi Hadid used to be the picture of red carpet sisterhood, 2 stylish powerhouses who always had each other's backs. But now, they're basically strangers walking different ends of the same event. Blake, who once stood by Gigi like a loyal sidekick, didn't even get an invite to Gigi's huge 30th birthday party this year. And no, it wasn't a scheduling conflict. It was intentional, loud silence that said everything. Behind the glitz and Instagram filters is a real-life fallout fueled by jealousy, pride, and one man in the middle of it all, Ryan Reynolds. What began as a friendly trio slowly turned into a tense showdown about loyalty, betrayal, and blurred boundaries. And Blake? She's now on the outside looking in.
100 honorees last week. At the time, Access Hollywood reported on how she responded to the exciting news.
Blake Lively is sharing her reaction to being named as one of Time 100's most influential people of 2025 amid her legal battle with Justin Baldoni.
Let's rewind for a minute. It all seemed to hit a turning point at the Time 100 gala dinner. Blake Lively walked into that event last Thursday like she owned the night, dressed to impress and honored as one of Time magazine's most influential people of the year. But the internet? It lost its mind. Influential for what, exactly? Was she being honored for creating drama? For getting frozen out by her own best friend? Or maybe for standing by while her husband, Ryan Reynolds, took shots at Gigi Hadid with some petty jokes? Or perhaps for dragging her co-stars into a mess? If that's what qualifies as influence in 2025, then sure, give her a trophy. But a list that's supposed to celebrate people making real change? Fans were left wondering, did Time magazine lose the plot?
Ryan and the Lively. And Ryan and the Lively, straight ahead.
A little bit more,
Ryan
and
Joyce
together.
together.
Come in the middle, there you go.
Hold on 1 second. Let me work her out. No photos right now. There we go.
Mother
Yes. Miss Lively, right this way.
And ladies and gents, right here, please. Together right here, please.
At the end, if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
And to the right. And Blake right here. Blake. Miss Lively, right here.
Alright, guys, we need to move you down.
And Ryan, we still need the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Wait, can we get the 3 of them real quick? 2.
Yes. Wait.
Can we get the 3 right here? This way?
Does everyone else have the
Thank
3?
you.
If they can pose a little bit. Yeah.
Let's not sugarcoat it. This has been Blake's most controversy-filled year since her Gossip Girl days. Her name keeps popping up, but not because she's breaking new ground. Unless you count betrayal, mixed signals, and questionable speeches as career milestones. Honestly, giving her the influential title just feels off. The only thing she's clearly influenced this year is the end of her long-running friendship with Gigi Hadid. The signs were there. First, the tension between her and Gigi started bubbling. Then, she skipped Gigi's 30th birthday, a party everyone expected her to attend. Now their bond is nothing more than a faint Instagram follow that the algorithm barely remembers. Add in some rumors that Blake and Ryan may have sabotaged a business deal Gigi was working on, and it's clear the drama has been snowballing. Yet here's Blake, accepting awards like she just saved the planet. And Ryan? Smiling on her arm like the supportive husband role is part of the performance.
Blake brought the emotion last night. Ryan stepped into supportive husband mode. Page 6 caught the actor giving what looks like a pre-speech pep talk and a quick kiss. On the carpet, he picked up the train on her pink strapless gown and joked about her Time 100 honor.
I'm 101.
People have been side-eyeing this Time 100 decision for days. It's not that Blake isn't talented, she's had her moments. She's fashionable, charming, and was once the internet's golden girl. But this year, she's been caught in more messy headlines than red carpet wins. Even her most devoted fan accounts went quiet when the Time 100 news dropped. Normally, they'd be raving about her outfit and reposting every second of her speech. But this time, silence, or worse, total confusion. Some fans even joked the whole thing felt like a parody until they saw her official gala photos. There's probably a Reddit thread out there right now titled, "Can someone explain why Blake Lively is on the Time 100 list?"
Way at the very end, yeah.
And then right here, ladies, Blake right here.
Coming down. Look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're both look beautiful.
People couldn't help but notice the clash between her public praise and her private mess. Like, how does someone allegedly involved in a major friendship fallout get honored as an inspiration? Inspired who exactly? Other celebrities trying to cut ties and still walk award show carpets? To make it worse,
Your friends, wear your florals.
She took that time to talk about florals and girlfriends and booze and clothing.
Who did you bring with you? I heard you brought a party bus.
I have a whole party.
many pointed out that several people doing real work, activists, humanitarians, and changemakers, were left off the list while Blake made the cut. Yes, her Met Gala looks are stunning, but what exactly is she influencing in 2025? Silence, scandals, and red carpet spins?
I'm definitely hoping for some sort of a selfie in the distance with both Blake Lively and Meghan Markle, since they provided me with so many hours of content. It's a ridiculous joke. She shouldn't be there. She has no influence over anyone. I mean, I think she launched a fake Me Too allegation against him, and she's lived to regret doing it because virtually every allegation she has made has fallen apart. And so for her to be honored for doing that, to try to ruin a man over absolutely nothing, is a scandal.
Yeah.
And obviously they're looking for big stars to come here and generate pages on their magazines, but that was very wrong.
Right.
We have to be very clear-eyed on what looks real and what doesn't, and call it out when it isn't. Otherwise, no one who's actually experienced these things is going to be believed.
Even Hollywood insiders were shocked. Fans expected to see names like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, or anyone who's actually made waves this year. But Blake? She's been dodging drama and headlines and somehow still landed this spotlight. It's like she's still being rewarded for being Serena van der Woodsen, not the Blake of today. And if all that wasn't wild enough, wait until we talk about her speech.
Survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman. My mom never got justice from her work acquaintance who attempted to take her life when she was the mother of 3 young kids years before I was born. It's not for us to have shame. It's for them. Never underestimate a woman's ability to endure.
When Blake Lively took the stage at the Time 100 Gala, no one was ready for what she was about to share. In a room full of celebration and high fashion, she shifted gears and began telling a very personal story about her mom surviving abuse. First, it landed. There were gasps, shocked expressions, and people hanging on every word. But then the backlash hit, and it hit hard. Why? Because just last year, during Press for It Ends With Us, a film based on domestic abuse, Blake openly said she had no personal experience with that topic. She even said she didn't know anyone who had gone through it. Back then, all she talked about was floral design and movie details. So now people are wondering, was she lying then or is she lying now? Either way, it's not a good look. What made it worse was how she delivered it. Instead of feeling heartfelt and vulnerable, it came off as overly rehearsed, like she was reading for a movie role instead of opening up about real pain. The room clapped politely, but the vibe was off. It was confusing and uncomfortable. Through all, this was the Time 100 Gala, not a trauma conference. People showed up in couture expecting to toast achievements, not get blindsided by a heavy speech.
I have so much to say about the last 2 years of my life, but tonight is not the forum. My life was influenced most by my mother, sitting here tonight, Willie Elaine McAlpin. But at her urging and her unwavering bravery, she wanted me to share with you that she is a survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman. I've watched her conceal her raw and undeserved shame my entire life. So as her daughter, being asked to share this today is monumental. If we name it, we change it. Just as our fellow Time 100 honoree, the incredible Giselle Pellicot, put it to every woman who understood. It's not for us to have shame, it's for them.
Then came wave 2 of backlash. People said the timing was totally inappropriate. Why talk about such a serious issue during a night meant to honor achievement and influence? Felt like she dropped a personal trauma story just to distract from months of bad press. Critics even said it seemed like a PR strategy. Drop a bombshell and hope it wipes away the Gigi fallout and marriage rumors. But instead of sympathy, she got skepticism. No context, no background, just a dramatic claim that left people asking, why now? Last year, she said her family was drama-free. Now suddenly her mom's got a backstory that changes everything?
I know you lying. I know you lying. You should see the woman in the back in the black with her face the whole time. I'll try to do a close-up of it in a second. But she brought her mama to the Time 100 where she's been honored as a civil rights titan for black folk. She's our modern civil rights leader. Anybody black watching? This woman who's done blackface, fake Ben Cherokee for a L'Oreal ad, has waxed poetic about her love of the pre-Civil War South.
Blake really wanted to use her platform to raise awareness about abuse. Fans said there were better ways to do it, like through charity work, a PSA, or during Press for It Ends With Us. Not at a glamorous gala where everyone's sipping champagne and celebrating science, art, and leadership.
Any issues in the black community, like specifically with the black community, since she is our leader, the NAACP has given her that crown as well as Time Magazine. So she doesn't speak about anything in the black community that she's representing there tonight. She brings her mama there for the sole purpose to give a speech about some trauma. We don't know what it was. She isn't saying what it was. We just have to guess that it was the worst thing imaginable for a woman.
It's the tone that threw everyone off. Imagine dancing to Lizzo at a party and then someone grabs the mic and drops a trauma story out of nowhere. That's what it felt like. Now, instead of being praised for making a powerful speech, Blake is trending for all the wrong reasons. At this point, her PR strategy in 2025 seems like one long series of bad choices. From skipping her best friend's birthday to delivering emotional speeches with no warning, people think she needs a serious rebrand. Yet the CEO of Time 100 says Blake's had a wonderful year. This is wonderful. What's chaotic?
I think she's having a great year.
The fact that people are still talking about her absence from Gigi's birthday says it all. But knowing Blake, she'll probably just post an old photo in a cute outfit with a cheeky caption and act like nothing ever happened. Classic Blake. Speaking of Gigi's birthday, she just turned 30 and the celebration was on another level. We're talking full-on A-list extravaganza. The venue? Gorgeous. The outfits? Show-stopping. And the guest list? Packed. Everyone was there. Kendall Jenner, Hailey Bieber, Taylor Swift, Cara Delevingne, Leonardo DiCaprio, Emily Ratajkowski, Bella Hadid, Anwar Hadid, Kaya Gerber, even Bradley Cooper showed up.
Is to be the humanities guide to trusted journalism. And so we're the storytellers. We've been telling stories for 100 years.
But guess who was noticeably missing? Blake Lively, Gigi's former ride or die. And Ryan Reynolds didn't show up either. Their absence was louder than any headline. Every photo, every paparazzi shot, it was obvious.
Happy birthday, dear Gigi. Happy birthday to you.
Let's be honest. This wasn't a scheduling mix-up. Blake didn't arrive late, she didn't slip in unnoticed, and she didn't even bother with a simple birthday post online. Nothing. Just silence. And that says a lot. So was Blake purposely uninvited? Or did she skip it to avoid a scene? Either way, the message is loud and clear. The friendship fans once adored might really be over. It's a sad shift. Blake and Gigi used to be inseparable. Red carpet besties, matching outfits, inside jokes, cute posts hyping each other up. They were goals. But now, just a quiet follow on Instagram and a whole lot of tension in the air.
It's my birthday. I'ma do what I like. I'ma eat what I like.
So when Gigi Hadid turned the big 3-0 this year and threw a massive star-studded birthday party in New York City, it seemed like a no-brainer that Blake Lively would be there, front and center, probably holding the birthday cake. But when the party photos started flooding social media, and trust me, there were plenty, fans quickly noticed something strange. Blake was nowhere in sight. Not even a blurry shot in the background. No cryptic Instagram story. Just nothing. And that shocked a lot of people. Everyone thought Blake and Gigi had that tight, cool girl bond. Kind of friendship that looked unbreakable. Blake was even one of the very first people Gigi introduced her daughter Kai to, and in Hollywood, that's a big deal. You don't just let anyone near your baby unless they're part of your inner circle. So how does someone go from almost godmother status to not even being invited to your 30th birthday? Naturally, the internet went into full investigation mode. Was Blake sick? Busy filming? Or was she left off the guest list on purpose? Spoiler alert, all signs are pointing to yes, she was snubbed. One theory that's gaining traction is that Gigi simply didn't want any drama spoiling her big moment. And let's be real, Blake's been followed by controversy non-stop lately. Just her appearance at the Time 100 Gala stirred up enough mess to keep the celebrity gossip world spinning for days. From the backlash surrounding her legal drama with Justin Baldoni, to awkward interviews and unclear speeches, Blake's been carrying a whole lot of chaos lately. Meanwhile, Gigi seems to be stepping into her 30s with a fresh mindset. New boundaries, new chapter, and clearly some new friendships. Her birthday party was full of people who've had her back in recent months, especially while she's been dealing with her very public fling with Bradley Cooper. The guest list looked like it was full of people she considers solid and supportive. And sadly for Blake, she might not be part of that group anymore. And let's not forget Blake's husband, Ryan Reynolds. A word around town is that he hasn't exactly been kind to Gigi in private. He's reportedly made jokes at her expense and thrown shade about a project Blake was interested in, and Gigi was loosely attached to. While Ryan might have thought he was being funny, people close to Gigi saw it as petty. And she definitely noticed. So now it's not just a Blake issue, it's a Blake and Ryan issue. And Gigi seems to want no part of either of them. Thing is, Hollywood friendships aren't always about genuine connection. A lot of them are built on mutual PR, red carpets, shared agents, and overlapping brands. But once real-life problems start creeping in and the drama gets too messy, those friendships fall apart fast. And when someone becomes a threat to your peace or your image, that's usually the end. Gigi's birthday party looked like a celebration of everything Blake hasn't been lately: fun, relaxed, and drama-free. It was classy. It was golden. And it was packed with A-listers. Taylor Swift? She was there. Kendall Jenner? Yep. Leonardo DiCaprio? Awkwardly lurking in the background as usual. Even Anne Hathaway and her husband showed up. But Blake Lively? Completely absent. The word going around is that Gigi didn't even invite her. Not a message. Not a DM. Not even a just being polite invite. Nothing. And let's be honest, if Blake had been invited, we would have known. She's the kind of person who would have posted a throwback pic, left a casual wish I could be there, love you comment, or made a dramatic public appearance somewhere else just to grab attention. But this time, nothing. Not even a like on Gigi's birthday post. Total silence. That tells us one of two things. Either she wasn't invited at all, or she was, and turned it down out of pride. Either way, it's not a good look. If Gigi truly didn't invite her, that's cold. That's "we are absolutely done" energy. And if Blake was invited but chose not to go, that says the relationship is so damaged that she didn't even want to show up and pretend. No olive branch, no attempt to smooth things over, just a complete break. Some people believe Gigi is doing everything she can to stay far away from Blake and Ryan right now, not just because of their drama, but because she might actually be trying to avoid being dragged into something legal. Yep, you heard that right. There are rumors going around that subpoenas could be involved, and Gigi and her boyfriend Bradley Cooper might be caught in the middle of it. Apparently, Blake credited Bradley Cooper at the end of her latest movie It Ends With Us, which raised a lot of eyebrows. And if that wasn't enough, she brought both Bradley and Gigi into the public spotlight during the film's rollout. Gigi even showed up at the premiere like everything was fine. Bradley was there too, front and center at the pre-screening, supporting Blake all the way. But now, things might be getting messy on a legal level. There's talk that Gigi and Bradley could both be questioned, or even subpoenaed, because of how involved they appeared to be. No one knows all the details yet, but the whispers are about issues with how the film was credited, how the money was handled, and even who was really in charge behind the scenes. And Gigi? She looks like she's backing away fast. And honestly, can you blame her? She's been working hard to keep her name out of drama, especially after her split from Zayn Malik and her transition into life as a high-profile mom. The last thing she needs is to get dragged into a legal storm because she showed up to support a friend's movie. So yeah, it's looking like Gigi is putting serious distance between herself and Blake, and Ryan too. Not just socially, but legally. And the fact that Blake and Ryan flew all the way to Wales the same weekend as Gigi's birthday party? That wasn't just a random trip. They went to go watch Ryan's football team, cheering in the stands like they didn't have a care in the world. But to a lot of people, it looked like they were trying a little too hard to prove everything was fine. Because at the end of the day, skipping your former best friend's 30th birthday, the party of the year, says a lot. And Gigi didn't seem bothered at all. She looked like she was having the time of her life, surrounded by people who clearly love her. Like Blake? Never existed. And just to stir the pot even more, guess who's been spending more time with Gigi lately? Blake's longtime BFF, Taylor Swift. Yep. Taylor and Gigi have been getting closer, and fans are watching every post, every smile, every tagged photo, wondering if Taylor's quietly picking a side. Some people are even joking that if Taylor writes a breakup song about a birthday, we'll all know who it's about.
They added a special thanks to Bradley Cooper in the end credits of It Ends With Us. And as you know, she brought GigiHadid to the premiere, and I think she also had like a pre-screening where Bradley Cooper was seen at. So yeah, so why wasn't she?
There's been a lot of talk behind the scenes that Blake Lively's decision to credit Bradley Cooper in her new movie, without going through the proper channels, might actually land him and Gigi Hadid in some hot water. Some people believe that just showing up at the film events and being publicly linked to the project could be enough to get them called in for questioning. Or worse, subpoenas could be on the way. Whether it's a lawsuit brewing over how the film was made, shady financial dealings, or questions about who really directed parts of the movie, nobody knows the full story yet. But whatever is going on, it's serious enough that Gigi seems to be making a fast and deliberate exit from anything connected to Blake and Ryan Reynolds. And honestly, who can blame her? While Gigi's working hard to keep her image clean and drama-free, Blake and Ryan are out here acting like they're starring in some kind of rom-com reboot. Case in point, they flew all the way to Wales that same weekend. Yes, the same weekend Gigi's legendary 30th birthday party was happening in New York. Why? To watch Ryan's favorite soccer team. And we're not talking about the Super Bowl. We're talking real-deal football, cold stadium seats, rowdy fans, and a whole lot of overly public displays of affection.
Okay.
Like, okay, we get it. You're in love. Everything's great. The media attention isn't stressing you out at all. But let's be real, the timing, the dramatic behavior, the clingy hand-holding, the exaggerated laughing, it all just screams, we're fine. We swear we're fine, but not in a cute way. More like, everything's burning down, but we're smiling through it for the cameras. And let's not forget the biggest part. Blake skipped her best friend's milestone birthday party, the big 3-0, to go play soccer wife in the freezing stands of a football match. That's not just missing a night out. That's a statement. A bold and kind of petty one, too.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were spotted showing some adorable PDA while celebrating Wrexham AFC's incredible promotion. In one photo, Ryan kissed Blake on the forehead as she wrapped her hands around his waist. In another, Blake grabbed Ryan's face and planted a big kiss on his lips, radiating love. Blake also posted heartfelt photos on Instagram of Ryan and the team's victory, reflecting on their journey. Despite the ongoing legal battles, their love remains unshaken. What'd you think of Blake and Ryan's strong bond? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Sure, we've all had to skip a party or two before. Sometimes you've got a packed schedule. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes life just gets in the way. But this wasn't your average party. This was Gigi Hadid's 30th birthday, her entrance into a new chapter. It was all about growth, glamour, and cutting off negative energy. And she did it in style. She was surrounded by some of the biggest names in Hollywood. Taylor Swift was there, twirling in sparkles. Kendall Jenner showed up looking every bit the supermodel. Hailey Bieber and Cara Delevingne made appearances too, both turning heads. Even Leonardo DiCaprio and Bradley Cooper were spotted in the mix. So where was Blake? Oh yeah, cuddled up in a football stadium across the ocean, acting like everything was perfect. It almost felt like she was trying to prove something. Like she and Ryan were saying, "Look at us, we're totally unbothered." So unbothered, in fact, that they'd rather fly thousands of miles to watch a soccer game than be in a room full of people who actually know what's going on.
Amazing. That is amazing.
Blake,
That is
Blake, Blake, you say hi to Stephanie, it's my girlfriend.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you
You
so
should leave him.
It's like the theme of the night.
It really is. It is. And she's got her best friend.
I have my little Wolverine and
they're the
Deadpool
same
best
one that won
friend.
the Super Bowl.
I love
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why they won.
Yeah.
You think like a male superhero movie, they're all kind of like about action and testosterone, but like not this one.
Ryan can make anyone laugh in any situation. So
And he's such a hen. Like he can hang with men, but he's really a hen at
yeah,
heart.
he
So
loves
he's
loves
like,
a girls' night and to hear all the goss.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I love the
you
tea
can see
lady.
that.
At this point, it's clear. Blake Lively is in full damage control mode, deluxe edition. While she's out here holding hands and munching popcorn for the cameras, Gigi Hadid seems more focused on protecting her peace, and maybe even her legal safety. Because if the rumors are true, and there's an actual investigation into the making of It Ends With Us, the last thing Gigi needs is to get caught up in Blake's mess. Remember, when Blake first spoke about the movie, she made it sound like her dream project, full of love and passion. But that vibe changed fast. Once fans started digging into the story and realized it featured some very troubling themes, especially about abusive relationships, people were outraged. The backlash came hard and fast. Then came Blake's interviews, where she said she had never personally experienced abuse or known anyone who had. But not long after, at the Time 100 Gala, Blake got on stage and gave an emotional speech claiming her mother had been a victim of abuse. That sudden switch didn't sit well with a lot of people. It felt inconsistent, and now that inconsistency might be catching up with her. Legal teams are digging around, trying to figure out things like why Bradley Cooper was involved, how the credits were assigned, and who paid for what. Then Gigi has every reason to keep her distance. Because showing up to support a friend is one thing, but getting dragged into a lawsuit for clapping at a premiere? No thank you. That's the kind of thing that makes you wish you stayed home. So honestly, why would Gigi keep associating with them? Why risk being tied to not just one but both of their messes, personally and professionally? She's worked too hard to clean up her image. She's been rebuilding ever since her breakup with Zayn Malik, all while raising her daughter under constant public scrutiny. The last thing she needs is to be linked to Blake, who's clearly under a microscope, or Ryan Reynolds, who allegedly treats everyone like they don't matter unless they're in a Marvel movie. Let's be real, that football trip to Wales wasn't just some fun weekend getaway. It was Blake and Ryan trying to send a loud message. We're fine. We're not stressed. We're quirky and in love. But in reality, it came off as exactly the opposite. Because when your best friend turns 30 and literally everyone shows up, Hadid family, the entire Swift squad, and you don't even drop a happy birthday on Instagram? That's not just distance. That's straight up exile. Either way, the damage is done. At this point, there's no coming back from it without some kind of big public reconciliation. And knowing both Blake and Gigi's brands, that's probably not happening anytime soon. What really stings isn't just the party snub, it's how unbothered Gigi seemed. Not one sad post, not a hint of regret. Just good vibes, glasses of champagne, and happy selfies. It's like Blake was never even part of her world. And honestly, that says everything. Gigi didn't just move on. She leveled up. Meanwhile, Blake's out here giving confusing speeches, trying to reshape her public image while her inner circle slowly disappears. Friendship breakups are tough, but in Hollywood, they're ice cold. And this one screams, we're never ever getting back together. Whether it's a legal situation, a broken friendship, or just a desperate attempt to save face, one thing's clear: Blake and Gigi are done. Cancelled. Cut out of each other's highlight reels. And honestly, Gigi might be better off. 'Cause being friends with someone who constantly pulls you into controversy, gives misleading interviews, and thinks skipping your party for a soccer game is a flex? That's exhausting. At least Gigi got the last word, without even saying anything. Her birthday bash was filled with love, loyalty, and luxury. No drama. No Blake. No Ryan. Just pure good energy and a clean slate. And Blake and Ryan? They can keep posting their overly sweet selfies from the sidelines, but deep down they probably know the truth. The only game they're winning is the one they're playing with themselves. And to make things even messier, guess who's reportedly getting closer to Gigi these days? None other than Blake's longtime bestie, Taylor Swift. That's right. Taylor, who's been tight with Blake for years, has been spending a lot more time with Gigi lately. Fans are watching closely, and the Swifties are already analyzing everything. Handshakes, glances, even facial expressions between all three of them. Chaos. Some fans even think Taylor might eventually have to choose a side if this feud gets worse. Imagine the drama if she drops a diss track called Birthday Invite. Just saying. So where do things stand now? Officially, it's all silence. No tweets. No interviews. No confessions. But if we've learned anything from Hollywood drama, it's that silence usually says more than words ever could. Fans are still watching their every move, every post, every like, every emoji. And let's be honest, we're living for it. 'Cause what started as a simple missed invite has turned into the biggest celebrity friendship fallout of 2025. You've got Blake Lively, queen of sarcasm and red carpet slayage. Gigi Hadid, the beloved supermodel sweetheart. Ryan Reynolds, the king of jokes and jabs. Throw in a little lawsuit tension, a dash of potential subpoenas, and a sprinkle of awkward run-ins, and you've got a recipe for a scandal we can't stop watching. Will Blake and Gigi make up? Will they unfollow each other? Will Taylor Swift hold an intervention? Only time and Instagram stories will tell. And you can bet we'll be right here watching, refreshing, and sipping our tea. Stay tuned.